So let me share my screen. Okay. So for this session, our objectives are case statements, subqueries, joins, and manipulating string functions. This is when we get within those advanced concepts within SQL. So to start it out, let's start out with string functions, since I feel like that those are the more, okay, here we are. Since those are the more simple out of all of those. So string functions. What are string functions? So remember, oh, I'm not recording, so let me record. Okay, here we go. So remember how I told you when you are retrieving values from a table, the data that is actually inside of those values, that is actually I keep getting an error message. Can you hear me and see me?
I can hear and see you.
Oh, yes. Okay, I keep getting
I have another screen, so let me move.
No, you're fine. But I keep getting a message like from my machine saying that the website is unresponsive. But I'm like, I see you. Or I don't see you anymore.
Yeah.
I don't see you anymore.
I see you and hear you.
Huh?
Oh, I see you and hear you very well.
Okay, well, I will keep going there. So string functions fall into when I talk to you and I'm like, okay, well, when we are retrieving data from a table, when I say you have to make that particular data a string, I'm talking about the actual value that is within that table or that column. And I don't know. Can you see me now? Because I think it just went away.
I can see you still. Yes, and I can hear you.
My screen is literally like this. Darlie, I'm going to leave and come back out because I can't see anything anymore.
Okay, no worries at all.
I'll be right back. I'm about to disconnect and come back.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Okay, now I can hear you fine. I don't know what that was about.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so I can hear you as well.
Let me start back to record so we can get from the very beginning. Okay. So today's objectives are manipulating string functions, case statements, and joins. Also, I wanted to touch on a high level of distinct, but which we talked about distinct last week. But those are our objectives: string functions, case statements, and joins, and subqueries. You actually have 4 heavy ones today. So let's start out with string functions. So string functions actually fall into that data cleaning and that data transformation part of data analysis. And I know you've probably heard like that lingo thrown around, like the data has to be cleaned, or you probably heard transformation in reference to like data transformation or ETL processes. That's essentially a categorization of where string functions fall into play. The data transformation and the data cleansing. Why? Why do they fall into place over there? Because they essentially allow for you to transform the data into whatever concept, like whatever format you need it to. Analytic professionals typically use string functions to ensure that that data is formatted properly. It allows for you to remove any unwanted characters, extract certain portions of a text, ensure that there's a certain standard of consistency within those strings or that data set. That is at a very high level what manipulating those string functions are. Now, when you are retrieving data, and every time we do, we say select these columns from this table where this column equals, and I always tell you within that where, whatever the column, then when we say equals, I always highlight the fact of make your value a string. Whatever you're retrieving out of that table, you have to make it a string by putting your two single quotes around it. So a string is essentially a piece of text, a piece of data. It's just like the words in the sentence. It's just like it's the data essentially. And the string or the data is actually the data that's inside the column. It's the values, it's the characters that's inside of the columns. Like think about if you have a Word document. And within your Word document, you have like that find feature where I find this word. That's a string. Like it's just it's the word, it's the data, but it's not the column itself, it's the actual data that is housed in that column. So when I say manipulating those string functions, I'm using those columns as points of reference because that's where that data is housed. However, I'm manipulating the actual data inside of those columns. That way I can take that data and I can make it look whatever I need it to look. I can take multiple portions of data from multiple columns and I can put them together. Okay. Hey, I'm here. Okay. Okay. Whew. I don't know. I unplugged it and just okay, here I am. I unplugged it and just let it come back up. I don't know. I have Xfinity, so I don't know. Okay. So where were we? Okay. So we were talking about are you okay to still go on?
Yeah. Are we recording this one?
Let me record. Also, with the previous recordings, you'll get all of them in your dashboard.
Okay.
Even though we didn't really touch on anything, but